Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday night this week. Due to slight internet problems in the week, but we are here, TMA Live, and I'm joined by the young man, the free kick unmastered Deano, and Mr. Radband again. Hello, Duncan.
Hello. No, that's not free kicks.
He tries to stop free kicks. We're working with this story, and we'll bring you confirmation of that. Guys, just remember, you can message all your comments in. We will read as much out as we can. We are starting with one of the main topics. We can't ignore it. Hopefully it will go away now, especially from the press conference. We'll pass on to this as well. But we're going on about Marco Silva. He says he's 100% committed to the cause now. Obviously, we would suspect that. The TMA poll, thank you guys for voting. The TMA poll has suggested that all of us, pretty much out of about 29, 30 people, 23 agreed that he is going to stay. And 6 only said no. You never know. But from what he said at the press conference, he looked good. What you guys think? I'll throw it at you guys.
You go first, mate.
Right. From what I've seen from the comments, if you take away when you read how papers have been spinning, when you read the comments only of what he said, it seems like you say, you're quite generic. Yeah, I'm 100% committed. That sort of idea. There's no indication one way or the other. I think the way he's treated it is he wants to keep his option open. He's not saying I want out, but he's not going to poo-poo it publicly if the clubs do come to an agreement, because it'll be egg in his face if nothing else.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
And he's locked himself in the corner if he does as well, because we know he's not going to be here for 5+ years. We knew that from the get-go. I think, what's the best way to describe it? That the way he's treating it, he is an ambitious manager. We knew that already. So from that, I'm not expecting him to be here 5-10 years.
No.
As I said, that's the issue. So we knew it in a sense what we were getting ourselves into, but I think we are surprised. More so at Everton, how tenacious they are. Yeah, and the way they've handled it, because it's been so public. The thing is, they've been publicly saying 70 million war chest, double your salary. That's the thing. That's underhand, really. No, I expect it goes on privately, and I imagine we'd have done it too, in some senses. I'm not saying we're going to be in a Sevens club either.
Yeah.
But there's ways of handling it. You do it privately, if nothing else. Because then it doesn't... For example, you see Christian Cabasset putting out his tweet, don't you?
Yeah.
If the players are getting rid of it that way, well, that would affect performance potentially, wouldn't it?
Could do, no, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you say we should take it really to the, FIFA, weren't it, or something?
The tribunal, they're
try and stop them from doing it.
We threatened it, apparently.
Oh, we have threatened it. Well, we should do it again.
We haven't put out an official threatening, but apparently papers are saying we're threatening to.
We're frowning really badly at them.
No, but we should threaten
it. Boys.
How many more times are they going to go in for him? Enough's enough. But, you do it with players, so why not manage?
If you're a manager, you will turn your head at any club that comes in and it shows you that much ambition to try and get you.
That's
so you can understand if his head's been turned.
Yeah, no doubt.
Problem is, like we said, he's near enough got what he wants Watford to play like now. Just need to get the defensive right, but attacking-wise, it's probably the best I've ever seen supporting Watford for how long.
He'd start again if he goes to Everton.
Like we've said.
He'd be more than set behind.
Oh, God. Yeah.
At the moment,
he's 2 or 3, man. He's got a long way to go. He's got to get him out of the rut.
Yeah.
Even though they beat us, but... No, he's nearly got Watford, hasn't he? Look, he's getting the players back. He's got Crodal back. He's got Pereira back.
Yeah.
Is Cabal back? Is he back?
No, he's not back.
Well, he's nearly getting his whole squad back, which is monstrous squad.
That said, with Pereira, Will Hughes looked immense. I thought Will Hughes was excellent.
Well, me and Paul I was impressed with him.
Compared to his Bristol City game, where he looked a championship player, like high in championship, where now he looks up to speed. He looks like he's got a bit of extra, what did he call it? Quick of mind? How to describe it? He switched on with the play.
Yeah. Ahead, don't he? He's well, he impressed us too, didn't he, mate, that game?
First half more so than the second side.
No, but Silva, I think he will stay. He'll be with us for 2 years, personally.
That's the way I see it.
He'll stay here, probably get 10th, and then he'll go, right, I want to maybe push up for top 6.
They brought in Silva for the next step. You obviously can see that. They tried to do that with Walter. Obviously, that didn't work. But they brought Silva in for the next step. They looked at how we played last season and said, okay, we've got to bring a manager. They saw at Hull, they saw at his previous clubs, they can play a certain brand of football that you had under Zola.
Yeah.
We started under Zola, the way we played.
I think the thing is, we can see how he's wanting us to play. Whereas Mazzari, you couldn't. You could see the formations he was trying, generally 5 at the back on the whole.
Yeah.
But you couldn't see what was he counter-attack? Was he possession?
Yeah.
What were the players trying to do in that system? It just seemed like chuck them on, told them position, told them get on with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you were saying. Well, we didn't have an identity. We didn't. Last season, but this year we know
how we're
counter-attacking.
We're generally counter-attacking.
Yeah, suck up pressure and then hit them on the break. And most of the time it's worked. And it was
yeah,
Wayne Gomez is fit.
It's just keeping a lead at the moment is proving a bit tricky. But
well, like I said, 2-0 up on
Everton. You do have caveats, but it's still unacceptable. The fact that Gomez produced a fantastic double save, got injured on the second one. You can't legislate for that.
No.
You can't legislate, and then Cabasadi gets injured as well. You can't
legislate scored, then we've been even more the back foot if he we can see them. But you look at the last 3 games. Apart from in patches in the second half and against Stoke, Chelsea, Stoke, and Everton. Yeah. We pretty much
dominated them at points.
Certainly, most of the games of the 2 away games, we were dominant on both in possession and how we attacked them.
Yeah.
Both teams. Last season, if you said,
we'd be gutted to lose at Chelsea, for example.
Yeah, if we were gutted to lose there.
Not just, we tried.
Last season at Everton, you would have said that.
Mm. Yeah, true. You would have, because they were higher up than us, weren't they? A lot higher up than us.
Yeah. Stuart says, as regards, Ray, mate, see if you can turn it up, because the sound, I've double checked it. It's working our end. Just see comment if you can hear us now, mate. Stuart says, ahoy lads, saying this is a beefy conversation with the Silva stuff, for me a load of rubbish. Not what we're talking about necessarily, but
no, but I do agree with him there. I think he's a load of old nonsense.
Yeah, I think a lot of what people said, he doesn't really, he's in his own mind. You can from what I can see out of the last week or so with all the bids and stuff, for him, he says, why should I come out from his side? Why should I come out and say that I'm committed when I am?
Yeah. But
then you look from our point of view, and it's like, well, we keep hearing these stories. A lot of them are a load of rubbish, like Stuart's. A load of them are rubbish. But come out and say, I ain't going anywhere. That is it. Yeah, but he said in the press conference he's 100% committed.
Yeah. What else you need?
So
the thing is, with Silva, I could easily see him managing. I could see him managing United in 5-10 years' time.
I'd actually go more Liverpool. He'd do more Liverpool counter.
Yeah, nice.
Same idea.
Yeah, I could see him at a bigger club like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not at the moment. He's still learning, isn't he? He's still learning, Silva.
Yeah.
And with Watford, I'm not saying he's safe, because the way we get rid of managers, but the way managers go, he's comfortable with us, isn't he? We love him. He's playing good football. Why leave at the moment? I think.
I mean, we pretty much agreed then, like most people did on the TMA poll, that he's going to, we're pretty much certain he's going to stay.
We knew what we were going to get with him, in that he's not going to be a long-term manager. He's a medium-term manager.
I'm looking at it as a positive thing that clubs want our manager.
Definitely.
No one went after Walter last season. And to be fair, people went after KK. You can see it because Sociedad went after him and decided to leave.
Actually, no one went after that now on the whole.
Yeah, I mean, because his style of play, and we said this, style of play suits Spain. Yeah. And he's proved it when he's been successful in Spain, or relatively successful in Spain. So,
You forget his first manager to keep us up in the Premier League.
Yeah, definitely. We might.
First one to do it.
And no matter what he said about Walter, he did as well. Say what you like.
Oh yeah,
say what you like. He also did that as well. Not as much of a flourish. I'm not arguing that.
Oh yeah, he kept us up.
Right? Both of them had to go at the times for very different reasons.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're going to hear this. You always are going to hear stories about these guys. Like I say, we've already agreed that it's a big compliment. It's true. And the longer we keep him, the less chance we get of getting David Moyes and people like that. Because I'm sorry, I don't really like.
That's like you said, the step up. That's the step down again. It's from going there to there.
You know, you've got Silva, and then you've got Pardew.
Well, Moyes in the middle.
I mean, we're on a losing streak, but we're more chance of things. If we had Pardew, we'd be on a 10-game losing streak. The problem with him, he'll win 15 games and lose 15 games, and then I'm getting sacked at the end of the 15 games. So
the thing is with Silva, you're going to have this with Richarlison. So.
Yeah.
With clubs wanting him, you're going to have it soon. You're going to have it with more of the players.
We've already got it technically, if you believe the papers. I don't really with it. Tottenham. I don't believe they'd be after him certainly.
Well, if they give us Kane and Ali, then we'll consider it.
Yeah, we consider
maybe Dyer chucked in there in the East.
Dyer's just as like a sub, sort of comes on for like Shallow when he's fit and stuff. You know.
I actually read Kane was with us on a trial years ago. Believe this or not, we had Kane on trial at Watford years ago. He was actually on our trial. Yeah. He scored a hat-trick against Tottenham, and that's when they signed him. We could have had Kane.
Kane was an Arsenal fan anyway.
I think, he was released from Arsenal, came to Watford, like Hoban.
Yeah.
And then scored a hat-trick against Tottenham. And then back off to Tottenham.
When he was pretty good, wherever.
Julian comes up with a good one. As long as Fat Sam doesn't roll up, we'll all be fine. Yeah, I think that's pretty much agreed there for Julian. Yeah,
maybe, but Fat Sam will keep us up, but I don't think.
Yeah, but we don't want to be.
No.
We want to advance.
We
had
Sam is a one that goes there for stability. If Everton said, right, we want stability, they think they'd have him, but they want a long-term project. And to be honest, I don't think they would get a long-term project if Silva did go, which he won't now, but he won't because he'll go to a bigger club eventually, and he'll probably manage Portugal.
Again, he'll do what you do with us. He'll stay there for 2 years. Someone else. We've never took a bigger club, which they are than us. You can't blame them not.
Right, sandwiched in between these little Silva talks in this, and we'll go on a West Ham in a minute. We're going to do. We've seen the poll. I'm gutted. Holton never got into the greatest team.
He didn't get it.
Heider Helgeson got it.
Hey, what?
Heider Helgeson got the other
good.
stuff. Bliss and Helgeson. So Bliss and Helgeson got it. I would have said Helgeson for a recent one, but I went for the general Bliss at Holton thing. My dad would have.
I would have got Mo Johnson.
Magic Mo Johnston. Yeah, Holton, because the older fans among us, and more like my dad, the thing, he God worshipped that man because he said he was the original number 9 for Watford. I mean, you've had them, like the Marlon Kings, the Deanies.
Yeah.
He was the original number 9. He was basically like saying, harking back there. Everton have got a statue of Dixie Dean. Holton is our Dixie Dean in many ways. In terms of,
he was good, but I'm surprised.
Helgeson would run through walls and then some.
That was a good shout, but I'm surprised he got ahead of some others.
We've got the Irish Hornets tuning in as well. Evening, sir. But what we'll do now, we're going to wipe this best team ever subs thing. We've got our best team now. I'm going to post it up. I haven't posted it up, guys and girls, because I had the internet problems this week. I'm going to do it this weekend. And also we've got, I know, Alan, you went for a Ross Jenkins, by the way. But Alan is on the show Sunday. So Alan is straight after the game. He's on the show here on Sunday. But moving on to Sunday, West Ham at home. How do you think it's going to go? And, what are the key men from our point of view looking at West Ham?
I just have to quickly clarify. By Ross Jenkins, do you mean the original one or the academy one? Do you remember?
Just anyone. We'll stick the academy.
There's a very important distinction between the two.
Yeah. Well, in midfield, you go for Ross Jenkins, then you have the other one up front. Yeah, I'm not going to mention that midfielder. But
carry West Ham, boy.
West Ham Preludes, damn you.
So, what do we think? Do you think they'll have a new manager effect? Were they going to win? Or
they're going to be more organised. With Moyes, they will be more organised.
Yeah.
I mean,
which is bad news for us.
He's a bit of a joke going around football at the moment, but the guy proved himself at Everton. He was unlucky at Sociedad, and Sunderland, he was never going to.
Man United was always going to be a poison chalice.
United was always whoever
you
goes
can see.
Yeah.
That one. It depends how you look at it. You either look at it purely the fact that he got fired for each one, and you say he's passed it, or you look at it and you think there are reasons behind it. Although Sunderland, I think, was just generally they had their issues. That Sunderland do have their own issues on that front, but at the same time, it's not like Man United where you can see it was a point of chance. I think Sunderland, he does have to take some blame for that one.
Yeah.
Well, the player I know is going to be a danger man. I don't rate him. I think he's one of the worst footballers. Is Carroll.
Carroll, yeah.
Because all they're going to do is punt that ball in, and if we're not awake, he will nod a header in.
Unless he does a craft turn and
No, there's no doubt he's good in the air. That's all he's got. And what's his name? Lanzini. They're the only two. Hernandez is apparently injured.
He's injured.
Yeah,
which is good. He's a danger man.
Mexico, I think.
But this is going to be like the Stoke game for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same sort of football. They take the lead. They're going to sit back, and it's going to be all us all breaking them down. But hopefully I pray to God it's a different result.
Well, Suggsy reckons 3-0. What do you guys reckon?
I did actually have that in my head.
3-0.
But my heart's telling me 3-0. My head's telling me 2-1 West Ham. I think they're going to bugger us up.
So Hearts from Scotland says 3-0.
Yeah, my head's telling me 2-1.
Yeah.
I think they're going to bugger us up.
I would go for. Yeah, it depends if we get an early goal for me. If we can get the early goal, not them. We saw that with Stoke. If we can get the early goal, then I would go 3-0.
Yeah.
But that's crucial because they'd have to push forward. Because if we get an early goal 1-0, it's half time 1-0.
Yeah.
West Ham would have to be more adventurous, and that plays into our player style a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
But if they get the goal, you saw Stoke.
They're exactly the same. They'll fight for that.
Well, Moyes is apparently looking at a couple of under 23s in this team, but by all means, apparently their under 23s are pretty hot as well.
I think I'm more worried about the under 23s than the seniors.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would be. They're going to be keen to get that spot.
If nothing else, that's it. They're going to fight for that spot.
And we don't know any of them. We don't know.
The first couple of games is a clean slate.
Yeah.
But you see, the memes have already been out for David Moyes. Was it, please donate £5 a month so we can buy Stephen Pienaar? You know.
Well, what do you think the score will be?
Well, I'm going with Cookie. He says we'll win 3-1, keep Carroll quiet. Maybe the ladder might come out for Cleverley. The ladder is here. It's almost consistent as that magical midfielder from 94-95.
Yeah, again, are we going to do that? That's why I really do think Crowdell's got to be chucked into the deep end here.
Well, so he can hold up Cleverley rather than the
No,
ladder.
just because he's big and strong and he's artillery. I think it's either Cadaverselli or Britos. It'd be Arsenal and both of them because they've both been very good, to be honest with you. But
yeah.
I think Crowdell's got to be chucked into the deep end here.
Our big plus is they've got Chicharito is out.
That's
huge.
That's huge.
Because all the time, we haven't done it a lot lately, but where we're doing this tippy, trying to get rid of the ball when there's trying to clearance, and he's the sort of little sod that tap it in, and he's that sort of player.
That little slip or something.
Yeah, that's it.
He's
that one.
He's like a more accomplished Igalo, to be honest.
Well, look what he did at Leverkusen. How good he was at Leverkusen.
No, he's a great player. I wish we had him.
He's a more accomplished Igalo, and you saw a Igalo effective one when he had those lucky breaks, and also put himself in those positions.
Yeah,
a goal scorer never loses his touch, and look at what Superkev was like for years. Even out of Watford, he never lost that touch.
Still haunted by that penalty.
Look at great Jermaine Defoe. Look at him. He's
still going.
Yeah, he's a brilliant little player.
Right, who do you think's going to start up front? Do you think he's going to go straight for a Kaka? He's going to stay with Gray?
No, he's going to stay with Gray. He doesn't knock Gray on Kaka.
I'd
have a Kaka personally, but he's not
going to Kaka.
Guys, can you give us, as well as your well, we've got another one. Mr. Alan Lathwell has said 3-2 to us, so we're all pretty much agreeing we're all going to score 3 goals. We did that similar to Stoke, but let's hope this comes true again. But let's give us your starting 11, or give us the main guys you think are going to cause us problems, or do you think the main one of the main ones we'll do with the West Ham Watford is who do you think is going to start up front between Gray and Kaka? Will he spring a surprise and bring a Kaka on? I think we've all agreed we're going to stick with Gray, stick the safe option, and say Gray's going to start up front. They reckon Carrillo, they're going to assess him, but obviously he's come back in boring mood because they made the World Cup.
He's done that.
So we don't know if he's going to start.
Well, you and me and Moose were talking about it, weren't we? How about have Gray on the right?
I think they did that at Burnley, didn't they?
Did they?
I think they
did. Not started, was it?
No. What means when Gray was at Burnley,
they played on. He
played him on the right, and they did have Sam Folks in the middle, didn't they?
Yeah. Kaka can't. Obviously have him in the centre holding it up with 2 speedy ones.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, because
unless you put Richarlison right, Pereira left, Hugh centre.
I wouldn't start Pereira. I'd have him on the bench.
Well, they reckon Pereira's in full training. They reckon they're going to assess Pereira a bit more, so he'll be on the bench. You've got Prodil, I reckon, is going to start the game. They reckon Prodil's close to starting. They said he made the only thing he's going to assess, and this is from Silva, is the fact is he a 90-minute player at the moment. If not's the case, he'll be on the bench, and we'll just have Cabasilli and Britos starting again.
No, Mariappa, not Britos. I'm not a fan of Britos. No.
Britos at Everton.
He was outstanding.
Outstanding for most of that game, honestly.
His leap was unbelievable.
And this is coming from a guy, and I've said this every week we've done a podcast.
Yeah.
I've been one of his worst critics, and I tell you what, he was superb that game, honestly, mate.
And he's done it a few other games.
Maps looked a bit shaky when he came on. As much as I'm a Maps fan, and I'm totally different. I'm a Maps fan and an anti-Britos at the time.
I'm exactly
slightly moved over, only because I don't think Maps is useless. No way from that. Britos along with Cabasilli. If you're not playing Prodil, put Britos along Cabasilli just through the experience.
Yeah.
Maps is a very good option we've got. If we want to play a free, we could chuck him in there and play that thing we tried against Arsenal, but I wouldn't recommend it. It could work against West Ham to break them down. If we're going to play, if we play a free at the back, we can chuck Maps in. But I'd rather just start with what we did. We started against Everton, but just hold it a bit more up front.
That's where we went wrong.
We know Gomez is ready. Gomez is already posted on Instagram. He's ready.
Thank the Lord. Relieved.
I'd take Backman over Comezis. The thing is, in the pre-season, Backman actually looked quite decent. In the pre-season.
I was saying the poll in this keeper's defence. We were fuming at the time, but he probably didn't get warmed up properly because, let's be honest, you're not expecting to come on as a keeper. Yeah. His first touch, like Paul said, was a nightmare, and he lost his head. I'm willing, I think most fans, to give him one more chance. He does it again, you can bugger off. But one more game.
The opinions from especially him, the opinions when the dust has settled were a bit more thing. When the dust has settled, we looked upon it with fresher eyes because of the pain of the defeat had settled a bit more. And looked at it. It's not the right time to have him starting this game because he's had a poor game for Greece. Okay, be it not every goal was his fault, but he's come off the back of that as well. He needs time to just set himself up again and a few under 23 games.
How about an FA Cup game when we get it? Who'll get it?
Yeah, if we don't cock it up like Bristol City and get knocked out.
Might be a risk you might have to take.
Just him and Batchman and have Batchman on the bench, or swap Kinesis on the bench and have
Batchman go right. Here's your chance.
That's what I do.
But Stoke actually rated the guy. I know a load of the murmurings around Stoke were that he was half decent keeper. They obviously won't get start because look who they've got. Look who they've got starting as number one. I mean, he's never going to discuss that man, is he?
And then they've also got is it Lee Grant? I can't think of the name now. That's the.
They had Lee Grant as well, didn't they?
Yeah, and he actually looked quite good as well as a backup. When he was playing for most of the season when Butler was injured, on loan from Derby, he actually looked a very good keeper from them.
Yeah, I've got Jamie Evans and Surin. I'll just say, Jamie, thank you. You sorted me and Dino out tickets for Tottenham. Thanks, mate. I will pay you very shortly. And Surin, I've got a ticket for Leicester at home Boxing Day, mate. Thank you very much. I just want to shout that out. So they've helped me out. They always help us out anyway. But loads of other people helped us out with tickets, but those two are the recent ones. So cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
No, I think Will Hughes will start ahead of Pereira. I think he deserves that after the Everton game.
Yeah, Will Hughes.
He was probably one of our best players that game. Yeah. He was positive. He was always wanting the ball. Never went back. I don't think he ever went back, did he? It was always forward.
Always looking forward.
Incredibly.
He looked like he did for the England under-23.
Yeah, he looked hungry and he looked very.
What impressed me as much as well as the positive pushing forward looking was the fact that he always had his head up. He never had his head down.
That's always been one of his biggest compliments when he was at Derby. Yeah. The only thing is that they say at Derby as well, his biggest complaint was that he never shoots enough because he's exactly that style of head up.
You're probably right there.
A bit like our mate Kenny.
Yeah.
You know, Kenny.
Yeah,
fat Kenny. Yeah, runs around in part, just lays off the pass. Jamie Evans will vouch for this because he knows Kenny Harrington as well. I'm not going to mention what team he supports. But you know,
his vision. I can't remember Hughes. He done this when we were losing. He's done a ball into Gray. I didn't even see Gray run, but it was the right ball. Yeah. Gray had just got there in time. Yeah. I think he was that far of thinking. Gray didn't read it quick enough.
Yeah.
It was that clever of a pass.
You can't train that. You can't train that.
It was the vision. It was like, wow, you really...
That comes with confidence. That comes with youthful exuberance, which you think is rose-tinted confidence, where you can't see anything else than just positive. You know, and you usually get that with age, with the injuries. You usually say that fearless youngsters are... I mean, Hughes is not 17 anymore, but you know what I mean? He's still young.
He's young. He's only like early 20s, like Chalobah.
Yeah.
No, he was
I thought we are missing him, though, now.
We are missing Chalobah. You know, they're just a slight balance of the team.
Calmness.
It was that understanding between the two. I think they'd only been there a few weeks, in reality. They had a hell of an understanding between them on the pitch.
It's the calmness. I'm not saying the players aren't calm, but Chalobah, he don't necessarily slows it down, but he sort of slow it down, calm it down.
Dictate the tempo.
Saying against Everton, we probably, you can't say it now, we might have won there because all this, you know, he'd have probably controlled the ball a bit more, slow it down, right, start again.
Yeah.
You know, like we said, keep the ball.
Control the tempo.
Keep the bloody ball.
I mean, I'm one of these ones, especially when Nathan Ake went for 20 million for Bournemouth. Yeah. I'm very, very standard. I don't get too excited about these youngsters coming through a lot of the time with the prices. But then I looked at Chalobah's price tag and he said, we signed Chalobah. And I went, very good player, but is he at that standard that we had him at the Championship? I just in little seed in my mind, not saying he wasn't, but it's that little seed in my mind of doubt going, okay, is he going to hit the ground running? He's been absolutely different class. He was awesome.
Yeah. But we don't need him back, but it's going to be great when he is back after Christmas.
I'll tell you what, one player, and we said Penaranda might get his back, and I know you and Moves touched on it on Sunday while I was trying to throw up there upstairs. And also Juan Hernandez. This is the kid who starred against Barcelona.
He's carrying up to Gunda B, isn't he?
And
isn't he carrying
Barcelona B?
Yeah.
He did against Barcelona. Apparently, he's had one hell of a start in Spain, and they reckon. You imagine getting those. And Luke Heron commented on this. He says, "You imagine selection headache with both of them. How could you choose between the pair? Because really, okay, we've seen a lot of Penaranda at the last tournament.
Best player in the tournament.
Best player in the tournament by far. I mean, okay, he didn't show up in the final.
No, but he
had a broken foot. He had a broken foot in fairness for that one.
Slightly, yeah. a mere crease in the tapestry.
Now, when I said to my old man, he knew about it. He said, what would have got him, man? He's like, my God, what a player. It's like dear, oh dear.
I just went, he's just got techers.
Yeah,
but this Hernandez, they reckon he's on par, if not possibly even better than him. You imagine those two, there are players.
Yeah.
Have you seen him play? I've been watching been trying to make an effort on some of his games he's been in.
Clips on Eurosport.
No, not just clips. I've been trying to watch matches where I can so I used Reddit.
His first touch is absolutely amazing. Yeah.
That's it.
He
looks incredible.
I know I can do that, but you know he does it in a high.
He looks the same sort of vein as I don't want to say Mbappe necessarily, but you know that sort of class, that level.
Yeah.
He looks like he's going to be that level. Of course. He's got the intelligence.
I think that could be great.
And to be fair, people can't really laugh at that because no one heard of Mbappe last season.
No.
Until he came through. And,
no, I'm saying when I've been watching the match he's been in, he reminds me of that style though.
Yeah,
exactly the same sort of star quality you don't get around.
I'm not saying the Moves, it is exciting times being a Watford fan with all of what's going on. And you know they're working on them permits. You know they're working thoroughly to get them, don't you? Yeah. They're like they are ours, but they will be like new signings because we haven't seen them
yet. Yeah. No, pretty much. And they're unknown quantities. A bit like Richarlison when he came over here. No one heard of him. No one knew how he played. And it,
paid off.
It did pay off.
Add them two to it, dear.
Well, he's 18.
Brilliant.
Non-EU imports. They're saying here these predictions came even before he signed for Watford in the summer. This is all the press talk and how good he could be and stuff. And this is, and was immediately loaned out to the continent. Just as many of the non-EU imports have been with their prospects of earning a work permit slim. At the point when we weren't going to get a work permit, hence why they say it's slim. Now there's more chance if they're playing consistent games in Spain, Barcelona B and stuff like that.
If you get to call up to Colombia to the national team, because his current form is feasible. Not anywhere guaranteed, but it's feasible in his current form. He could at least have a look in.
Yeah.
And if he gets that, that's pretty much your ticket into the UK there.
Yeah, and also that's pretty much our attacking side levelled out then, because I mean,
God,
you look,
it's ridiculous.
we don't need any more attackers. We just
We
got
need
these sorts
defenders,
of
more
long-term attacking options.
Young,
now,
fit.
Thing is, though, how long would they stay here if they're that good? And we come and
That's
improve?
a question. That's a question.
2 years.
You're thinking
You
two?
make, yeah, 2. Yeah.
That's right, 'cause I think Richarlison will say 2-3 years. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
It's the total recall
Get
thing,
that
isn't it?
20, 30
2
million.
weeks. that's all they'll be. They'll turn up and go, right, bid 40 million. No, leave alone.
They'll be around that, though, in a couple of years, won't it?
Yeah.
It'll be a minimum 30, I reckon.
Richarlison,
If he comes a constant goal
Well,
scorer,
if Ake could go to Bournemouth for 20 million.
yeah, he must be 30 to 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, he's young. And if he gets in the Brazilian squad by then,
Yeah.
some money and all.
I mean, Suggsy, I know we've touched upon this already, but Neil Austin, yeah, he's starting to get a bit boring, but Neil says, hi-ho, Silva away to Everton, you're having a laugh. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. There's something not right about during the press conference. A lot of people have said this. I mean, Jim said it'd be disgraceful if he goes after 11 games.
Yes. No, it would be disgraceful.
And watching the interview today, Suggsy saying that it definitely didn't look like Silva wanted to stay at the club. When it's throwing more
I can't
fuel on the fire.
never say he won't go, but I just can't see it.
the thing is,
It'd be amazing.
Gino would have nailed it. Worst case,
Next,
if Silva's really forcing the issue,
Yeah.
I could see him just putting him on garden leave instead of letting him go to Everton.
But that's what I was going. I thought I was.
I could see
say
Silva
before
doing
this,
that
but-
ahead of, and probably make a point as well to any head coaches who do want to dress, saying, "You don't mess around with us.
No, definitely not.
We'll treat you fairly." We gave Mazzari. The thing is, with Flores and Mazzari, yes, with Flores we activated break clause on our end, but we give them the full season. We don't get rid of them midway if we can avoid it.
And it's 50-50 as well.
And the Pozzo say that.
Yeah.
Like Duxbury, Gino, when you see the statements, they say we want to keep them for the whole season. It doesn't matter necessarily about the results in that sense.
No.
We want to keep them for the whole season unless we absolutely need to react.
Yeah. Hence, if we go bottom of the league or something like that, and there's
I think even then, unless it's not even bottom of the league in that sense, if the performances, because with Flores, we're only losing at the last few games like 1 or 2 goals, but it's the performances which is what was
stale. They were just stale.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what because he's a hands-on owner and he's head-on, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't look at results. If with Silva, if we won a 6-game losing streak, let's say with Silva, but the performances were there.
Yeah, you saw it come in the end.
Wolves the
That's
same,
it.
you know. I mean, you look at our record. I know we don't really want to compare Wolves,
no.
but our record after so many games was actually, in some words, better than Silva's.
Yeah.
Up to a certain point. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'd rather be managed under Silva than Walter. Looking in hindsight now, obviously hindsight's a wonderful thing. But yeah, no, the record wasn't actually too bad. We're just looking at the winter of discontent as we've had for the last 2 seasons, where it just sort of tails off.
Yeah.
We're better under Silva to not suffer.
At
winter
least to
discontent.
watch, at bare minimum, if nothing else. Which makes it immensely more enjoyable. The thing is, last year felt like a slog. Seriously.
You
had a few highlights. You had
Yeah.
Arsenal, Man U, those are your general highlights you point out for the season. And they were good, accomplished wins.
Yeah.
But they were few and far. The rest of the time, you didn't. It seemed like the squad turned up for the big games, but not for the smaller games.
It probably proved in the results a lot of the time, apart from unless you play Tottenham. You know, which were just both spankings, and we got outclassed.
And Man City. Man City.
That last game of the season.
No, the Man City away, we had a chance of taking them. We only lost 2-0 with 2 poor defensives. The second one was the first one was because Zuniga didn't know how to mark.
I legitimately don't remember.
I legitimately do. That's why I hate Zuniga so much. I loved him. He was Zuniga was his love child.
Yeah.
At Napoli, yeah.
No, not at Napoli.
No,
when he played, he played on that Man United performance for months.
Too long, yeah.
And he was on the bench playing on that. So not high score against Man United. But Mr. Moulton said it's not just Silva going, but all the backroom stuff. This is if he did go. So obviously, he's just saying what he thinks. They seem to have a good system in place and some very clever guys in place. To lose that would be a tragedy for the club.
I don't think we'd lose that many though. The entire
It's his boys though, isn't it?
Yeah, they follow
There's
him.
about 5. He bought 4 of his backroom staff. The goalkeeper coach apparently is second to none. This guy, he's his boys. He's the same guys who came to Hull from Hull. 4 of his backroom staff that he bought with him.
Not down to the guys like in that sense, but generally our backroom staff doesn't change at the high end. Coaches, like day-to-day coaches, I'll agree if you're like I say goalkeeper coach, but we still have Paolo de Toffo. Do you remember he was goalkeeper coach for Gomez? At least a couple of seasons ago anyway. I think he's been moved up since, but you could put him back if you need.
I'll tell you what, on a good note about staff, looking at staff-wise, we've already touched upon it last Thursday. Andy Scott's joined us from Brentford.
Which is a coup, probably a coup.
It's a massive coup because it brings they're looking, you can tell the Pozos are looking at
the British market.
Which
is what they said when they joined us. Do you remember this? I think the statements I made over the years are basically saying, because the UK market is inflated, we look overseas, we generate profit there. When we're able to establish that, we then look into the British market.
They did it in Italy, didn't they? So
that's exactly what they're doing here.
Yeah.
They've got the finance now, they've got the foothold. They can now start looking in the country and reduce homegrown players, which will also be a massive boost for the fans as well.
Yeah.
Because you get more, these one of our own chance, if nothing else.
With Silva, don't forget he attracts players that want to play under him. We'd lose, players that have joined us on loan just because he's going.
Yeah.
The manager does attract players. They want to play under Silva, so we lose a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll be amazed. Well, I wouldn't be amazed, but
surprised.
If he went now.
Yeah, I'd call it surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of the season, I hope not, maybe.
It depends really on the...
Do the season at least, for God's sake.
Yeah, well,
I think that's it.
Let's, for argument's sake, say he's in against West Ham. How do you think he's going to line it up?
Pretty much the same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are the changes? You think Gray's going to be in for Carrillo? Gray go
I think Carrillo's going to start. I think Carrillo's going to start.
Yeah.
He did it against Bournemouth, didn't he? I think. Was it Bournemouth?
I think it might have been Bournemouth.
He started the entire... even though he played for Peru like a day or two before.
Yeah, they won, didn't
he played for the whole game immediately after that, I think, if I recall, against Bournemouth.
He might have done, yeah.
Yeah.
I would like Prodal to play, but like I said, if he's not fully match fit, it have to be the same two, Cabaselli and Brios. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have Gray as an out-and-out winger or a third forward. You're going to do that because, you have...
Technically you have 4 because Richardson's a cuss inside and shoots.
You know what you do? If you play that, you'll play a Kaka straight down the middle, Richarlison on the left. You have Gray playing as the actual striker, but as a foil. So what you do is you have, like he did it similar to Stoke, where you have him not cutting into the midfield like Carrillo did, but you have Firmino running down the wing, him opening, dragging the defender in a bit, letting Firmino run down that wing again, and Akaka holding the ball up, and allowing Gray to play as the striker.
Yeah.
Because then he's the target man, and Gray is actually effectively the middle striker anyway, because he's running off.
For me, just ball hollow bus, but the crosses in.
Yeah.
Because both the players have fantastic crosses on them, which is... It's not unusual, but it's certainly a nice benefit that on both sides.
Yeah.
Firmino's got a great cross in him. He'll find his man very often. And Holebas from set pieces, particularly with his crosses and just general play.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Akaka because he did look hungry when he come off Everton, very long. But there was a look in his eye. He wanted it again, didn't he? He looked hungry. You could see it.
I want Akaka to start, but I don't see it.
There was something there he's been missing, and it was there again. I don't know what. But I would like to...
Hello, Dad. There you are. I have to say hello, Dad. Hello, he's Benjamin Sano. Yeah, go on.
I'd like to see Akaka start.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a key one against West Ham.
I think that'll
with Lamina's crosses against Everton, he put some great ones. Shane Deeney one on the
pitch. I think that's what they'll do.
Against Liverpool,
he does perfect. You have those 3 there. Like I say, the ball comes along, Akaka holds it up, he then drives in and looks as the number 9 anyway. And Akaka just sits there and
runs into the box for a cross.
And he could always double back and run like that. But Gray then can play off the shoulder still. And then you still have Firmino running up and down that wing, cut the crosses in.
Don't forget you have Will Hughes up there and all.
Will Hughes can always come along and cover for Gray. When Gray comes in and acts as a 2 strikers,
Yeah.
You can have
he give it to
Hughes when we're attacking.
And he'll then find the man. That's what he's
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Or if we do double up in the middle, that's the two strikers, Hughes will come along and just cover where Gray's left off. And just say, look, sit there until Gray comes back, and then when we're defending, drop back in midfield again.
Yeah, been doing the same team. Of course, the big monster man, Decore, who's only had one bad game, really. That was
Please don't get injured. Please don't get injured.
No, he's unbelievable. I was, again, a very impressive bloke.
Yeah.
He's so strong, physical. He does look like a Vieira in some ways.
But
he ain't at that level, but
he never gets the ball away.
Getting there. No, he's getting there. He's a big, strong bloke.
What's scary is its game-on-game improvement. It's not something you look at beginning of season versus end of season. You look at last game to this game improvement.
He's just going up and up and up.
Well, Surin said we need to charge at them from the kickoff.
We do, no respect.
Yeah,
no respect.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Show them no respect. This lot are going to be angry, aren't they, our team?
Yeah.
They're going to be aching. Like you said, 2 weeks, well, me and you said, it's either a good thing or a bad thing.
Let's see. We're
going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. No, but if you're not going to the game, guys, I know a couple of you asked what stream. Don't bother about streams. Go to the stream that's called Sky Sports. It's a very good stream, apparently. They do it in HD as well. So go Sky Sports, if you're not making it, we'll be there. And also, just remember, after the game, tune in at 8 o'clock, we've got Sir Alan of Laughwell on here. So
he ain't a lord yet.
He's not a lord yet. He's not. He's a dame, I think. Mick's a dame, and I think. But Michael Wallum says, attack. Yeah. Bit like Tony Blair, education. That's what will happen versus West Ham. I like your thinking, Michael.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's all I can say. Rosie Redwich has joined. Good evening, Rosie. Right, just quickly tell you guys about Watford ladies. I know a couple of you guys. I think Alan went to the ladies. Just remember as well, WD18 boys on YouTube. Check them out. All the podcasts, they'll be there at West Ham as well. Go to YouTube, WD18. Check out all the vlogs, previews, fan post-match videos. We're on there as well, so you can go on there as well. That's obviously got millions of hits, that video. But there you go. Go on there, type in WD18, like, share and subscribe, and Twitter as well. And also, Paul Muzzy did the podcast vlog. He did his own famous vlogs of the ladies' game. He was there. Go to Paul Muzzy, YouTube, type in, like I say, Paul Muzzy on Facebook and YouTube. Like, share and subscribe, and go and have a look at his vlogs. Always great fun. Like I say, Watford ladies lost 6-0 against, it was Arsenal.
Yeah.
Conti Cup at Kings Langley. The goals from brace from Taylor, Carter, Mitchell, Janssen, and Van der Donk. No jokes there. But yeah, the Watford lineup was Kitchen and Dave. Brilliant updates, by the way. Surin did a couple of updates as well. Surin also went to the ladies' game last night as well, which I did mention it was last night. So Kitchen, Surgeon, McKeague, McCarthy, Jones, Will, Bajida, Maple, Nuttall, captain, Penderfoot and Murray were the Watford girls. The subs were Borowski, Ward, Albert, Paducah, Dada, Kerr, Bell, and Petkova. So that was the Watford side. So unlucky, ladies. Just remember, guys and girls, get yourself down to Kings Langley. Look on Watford's website. We'll try and post up the ladies' website as well. Go on there. What was it? £6 adults, half price for season ticket holders. Yeah. So you got a season ticket. If you haven't, it's £6. If you've got a season ticket, it's half price. It's £1 for under 18s. Concessions is £3, I think. So get down Kings Langley, and we had Sir Chris on the other week. We will get him back on, talk a bit more ladies football. I know Moobs and I know Alan will want to talk a bit on Sunday about the ladies football, so we'll get his view on the ladies team as well. So that is them. They lost 6-0, but go on to Watford's website, check their fixtures. Like I said, they'll probably have an external link to Watford ladies' own run site as well. We know a lot of things have gone on with them not applying and reapplying for the league next season. WSL 3, I think they'll be on a community base now, isn't it?
It's I think the thing is currently, my understanding is they're currently, as it stands, in semi-pro. What they were expecting is that we'd apply for the professional, but we've gone for the WSL 3, which is amateur.
Yeah, so it's more community based now, isn't it?
But what's interesting is apparently, I'm trying to think which club it is. One of the clubs had who are really championing women's football.
Yeah.
Couldn't apply for the top division because, like, top one, even though they were championing it the entire time, because whether it is the FA or whoever runs it, had made such arbitrary requirements that actually they couldn't apply for it, even though they were championing it, probably one of the best in the UK out of all of them.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Can anyone find out which club that was? Because I know that's true, and I've read it earlier today. Was it today? Well, just trying to think which club it was.
Right, guys, if you know this club, please message it in. Please message it in because we would like to know.
Or Google it.
Or both. Google it and then message it over to us. Guys, also, we're going to start a Legends chat, but we'll do an external team. We've got our best team. Like I said, I'll post it up either tonight or definitely before Sunday's podcast. But this is a lot more of a fun thing. We'll do the worst team of all time. Your choice. We will not argue with any of them unless you put Blissett or anyone like that in it.
Any position?
Any position. What we'll do is we'll do the positions first. We're going to do tonight. We've got, how long have we got? We've got about 15, 20 minutes of the show to go. What we're going to do, the worst keeper. This is our first pick.
That's easy.
First pick. Worst keepers, guys. Post them in right now. Obviously, your scores as well. Scores on the doors for Sunday night as well. But go on in. Worst keeper.
Loach. Scott Loach.
Wow.
Cool. I was going to go for someone like Perry Suckling, but I'm not.
From my generation.
Plumley. Suchley's put Plumley. I'm very itchy towards
Loach is
Plumley.
a bit, I think Loach is a bit harsh, right?
From my generation, I'd go Loach.
You obviously never heard of Perry Digweed, have you?
I've heard the name. I've heard the name, but I think I meant
You really don't want to see him. Put it this way, we lost 4-2 against Luton, and he was laughing. He was smiling on one of the goals, and I said, seriously, I was in the Rouse at the time, or Graham Taylor now, but Rouse back then, and I said that was one of the only times I wasn't at home, and seriously, if I was at home, and I would have jumped over and smacked him because he was smiling. It's like, don't laugh, seriously, don't even smile. You just look, you just conceded a goal against those inbreds. Really, do not smile. Seriously. But anyway, I think Perry Digweed probably on that, or I'm going towards Plumley.
Yeah.
Purely because I don't want to be too horrible because of his old man, but no, I'm going Perry Digweed because that. Perry Digweed.
Yeah.
Digweed. Someone's put Espen Bardson. Plumley's winning by 3 at the moment.
No. I'll go with Bardson, I agree with that one.
3-2 at the moment.
Yeah.
Plumley 4. It's going up Plumley.
No, Bardson, I agree.
Digweed and Plumley, I think. I wouldn't say Perry Suckling because he came in when.
So it's neck and neck, is it, between Plumley and...
It's not neck and neck for that. And honestly, this capitulation was worse than us at Everton. I say after with Plumley's basically Plumley, and then we've got Espen Bardson.
There's not enough Loach there.
No.
Won't be.
Guys, worst keeper ever, and we'll just ride this the coattails of this for as long as we can. We won't bother doing any subs. Actually, what we do is we'll think of another Legends thing coming up in a minute. It'll pop into me in a minute. But worst keepers, I think Plumley's pretty much nailed it because he's already got 7.
So that's it.
I don't think even Perry Digweed is going to get that many. On the minutes played and reputation kinesis. So
Yeah.
So
I think that's
that's their.
You can put a answer close to that then, because he had a decent-ish international rep.
Yeah, but if you ask someone, that's their. It's quite a good answer for kinesis at the moment.
Kinesis, no, I'm not arguing that. Yeah. And so I'll ask him to be close because he did play for a decent international team, looked alright. But he's got nothing on kinesis based
then
on
he
that.
came on. But
he's got nothing on that one.
No, going back to West Ham, they're I'll say the weakness spots. We've got a few at the moment, but their weak spot is still got to be the defence.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, a man who's got a more gingery beard than I have, James Collins. He's looking around. There's no Deano's
He
got
don't
around.
start anymore, does he?
Huh?
Does Collins play anymore?
I don't think he
didn't play when he did play, did he?
I'd love him to play because he's slow like anything.
Reed's probably their best player at the back.
Yeah, although he's unlikely to start, I think. He was one under 23s because he was, as you know, he played for the under 23.
He played for New Zealand, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. He played for the
under 23s New Zealand.
Oh,
so I'm racing under for 23s.
I think that's saying that's what one of the under 23s like considered for. That's what I'm trying to say because he played for New Zealand and they lost.
So that might mean Collins would play.
I think it was against Peru.
He's slow as anything.
Actually, I think New Zealand lost against Peru.
Phil Collins, yeah.
No,
He's born as Phil Collins.
That Collins is slow like anything. Richarlison and Flamino are bloody roasty.
Yeah.
Reed's their best defender.
Well, before that about Stoke too, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, but Reed's their best defender.
Looking at it from now on, rather than the hindsight thing, yeah, I mean, looking at it now with Stoke, we got that slightly wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. You know, it's a slight career off with the prediction there, but looking at it from this standpoint at the moment, yeah, I mean, if we have to attack their back line, they haven't got Ryan Shawcross and Peters at the back, big, tall, marauding centre backs.
No.
They are vulnerable, and Joe Hart can't save free kicks. Fact.
No, just put it low to his left.
Fact.
Low and to his left. That's where his weakness is.
Anywhere in the bottom corners is his weak spot.
To be honest, they've got Sabaletti, and he ain't no young man anymore.
No.
Flamina's going to be.
He looks all right,
Flamina. No, he's still a good player. Yeah. You know, it's in the head, but leg-wise, he's going. He's going to have a hard time. He is.
He might have a hard time, but he's not going to be easy to get past, though. He's not going to be that.
You keep running at him. I don't know. He's.
Yeah. I mean, Mick's saying don't write West Ham off. Certainly not. No. We've learned that lesson, Mick, against Stoke, mate, and you should know you were sitting next to me, mate. Yeah, and one or two times before that, shall we say, without exaggerating too much. You know.
You write no team off in this way.
No, I mean,
never given them.
You're looking at it from the thing of how good we are compared to where they are on paper. But like Cloughy always said, you know, it was never if it was one on paper, his team wouldn't win half his games because a lot of teams were better than them. They just were better. They were just better organised and
just outplayed them.
I agree with all what they said. Attack, sit back and straight away. Don't show them no respect. So what? We've lost 3 on the trot. So what? Let's get it out of our system. Want to be 1-0 up at half time, 2-0 up. Be very nice.
Apparently, we've had it confirmed by Matt Carter. Joe Hart can't save his wages. We just had that confirmed. So that's probably a good point. Actually, at the moment he can't. Well, thing is though. You know, you wouldn't even need Deano in a free kick ball for him that to go through and go towards him. So I mean, you couldn't even blame Deano for not saving his free kicks because he didn't even have him in there. We should get Lee Griffiths? We should get him on loan just for that game. Just take a few free kicks, 1 or 2. He'll get a free kick and go, "Oh, you bastards!" He goes, "I'm back." No, but I just think. Like I said, same principle. Well, same principles of any side, but same principles against Stoke. You score early, you will win.
Yeah, go behind. Tough game.
It's going to be nervy. First off, if it stays 0-0, it's going to be nervy anyway because of the last 3 games.
Yeah, the fans won't necessarily getting their back.
I think we'll be more nervy going 1 or 2-0 up.
God, 2-0, 25 minutes up.
No.
Damn disadvantages.
Well, it could happen against Stoke. It could happen against West Ham and against Stoke by not picking up Shaqiri. It could happen with Lanzini. He's not as good, but he's still a player that can hurt you from the edge of the box.
Yeah.
He likes a long shot. If we don't, he's their best player.
So honestly, I think Lanzini is better than Shaqiri.
He might be.
When I saw Stoke game,
I don't know.
This season he's been better, but Shaqiri as a player is better than him.
Yeah, Lanzini seems to go missing. Shaqiri
didn't impress you at the Stoke game.
Lanzini this season has been a better player. Yeah. He's their main danger man.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to make them tick, it's going to be Lanzini.
Yeah.
And even last season, when Payet was throwing his toys out the pram, Lanzini was their best player.
He was that consistent.
He was. He made it. He was the only one that really. If you were going to score, You know, free kick king. Yes, you are. Nick's just confirmed that.
Reid is definitely a big miss. I hope he is injured. He's captain, and all, isn't he, Reid?
Well,
I think he is, yeah.
Well, Les has turned round, and you probably agree with this. He's turned round and said, you know, we're not good at the moment playing against teams that put 10 men behind the ball.
No, we're not.
We weren't last season as either.
Against the strugglers.
Against the strugglers. And like I say, it's a credit that these teams are coming to us, even though it's frustrating as hell, coming to us and sitting back, putting 10 men behind the ball.
They're scared of us.
Yeah, they are. They know the best way to beat us is to
sit back and then.
Yeah.
Do not let them dictate a game. Moyes, if he's got the players at his disposal, he will try and dictate a game. He'll catch us on the counter attack. You know,
we need a counter to a counter.
We need a good early goal in the first 15 minutes and that flow the game.
Yeah,
quick early goal straight away near enough.
I mean, the betting's probably on now. How quick? How long till he gets Morales? You know, with Morales, he's going to turn up at West Ham in the January transfer window.
You'd love it there.
I don't think you get a VA though, because he can't even get in the Sunderland side.
Really?
Pienaar may get some appearance.
Maybe.
He's probably, I don't think he
a token sub.
A token sub, yeah, token sub for the under-23s. Osman, no, he's retired now. He's given up all hope.
Do you think Moyes will stay for more than? So he's currently got one till the end of the season, hasn't he?
No, it'll be the end of the season.
And you don't think that will? Because he's got an option for a 2-year after that.
If they get top 10, then he may.
Yeah,
but apart from that,
I think the West Ham fans will bitch so much, then he will not stay.
They're already done with him there.
If they stay up, Moyes will sandwich his reputation though. If they stay up.
Yeah, but they already don't want him there, do they, half the fans?
Yeah.
Which is good for us. I hope they boo him.
Jim's West Ham have got Chris Moyles as their manager. It's David Moyes, we will be fine. Well, at least play some decent. Well, he won't play some decent music because he was awful on Radio 1 as well. On Radio 1. Radio 1. Waskels, that's Roy Hodgson.
Wascally Waskell.
It's a Waskell.
Wascally Wabbit.
It's a Wascally Wabbit. Something there, they've got a trick up their sleeve anyway, those guys. I think Moyes has. You think he probably has, yeah. The only way he's going to endear himself to West Ham is if they win.
That's it. In the same way Silva did to us, though, in fairness. Yeah.
I think, you know, to hit them quick, playing Akaka and Gray alongside the
He doesn't play to up front, though. He's never
played.
Gray's a winger. Gray's more of an orthodox winger. You know, but playing, like I said, coming off as a second striker, but you could do that.
I reckon Moyes will go for 4-5-1.
Well, Chris Moyes.
Yeah.
No, Chris Moyes would probably go.
I reckon he'll go for 4-5-1.
Yeah,
because the midfield, he'll try and shut off, because he knows our midfield.
He played that in Everton.
He would try and start our flow off, and one up top, which would be the big man Carroll.
Yeah.
But if it is one up top, he's going to. In some ways, that invite another one of ours.
He will play defensive.
Yeah.
4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
We play an attacking version. He play thing where it's effectively is a 4-5-1.
Near enough.
The wingers drop back and make a back.
Well, I said to you, if you play like a Moyes and Allardyce, you play the same formation but in a defensive way, which acts as a 4-5-1.
Yeah.
You play it as a Silva way, you play it as a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Same formation but different attacking principles. You play that formation
or 4-2-4, depending how you look at it.
Yeah.
Because you have the 4 at back, 2 midfielders, 2 wingers push up.
Yeah. But as he plays one up front, that formation passes to 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Really, you're looking at it, it's probably a 4-3-3. How he plays it. You could play it as that way, but Silva plays more of a 4-3-3 with that 4-2-3-1 formation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just hope it don't happen against them what happened against us with Stoke. We played Stoke's game for so long, it was slow.
Don't let Lanzini run that game.
No, but
he will try and put his foot on the ball, or Noble.
Yeah.
Noble is the worst sideways passer. He beats Capu at this at the moment. They're playing sideways passes, but he will try and put his foot on the ball and frustrate the hell out of us.
But against Stoke, we slowed it down. We weren't playing our pace. We played Stoke's pace.
Yeah.
Which West Ham would be the same. It'd be slow. It's like, no, we're shouting, won't we? Every fan was, speed it up, quicker. What are you looking for? Come on. Second half was better. It was better.
It couldn't be much worse, in fact.
No, it couldn't, but it was so blooming slow. It's like, I hope that don't happen against West Ham. No. Quick football. Keep playing it. Attack.
4-3-1-2. Watford really reckons.
Yeah, that's good.
Guys, post just. We're not going off yet, but post your. If we're playing a 3 up front, technically, who would be your 3? Yeah, I mean, we'll kick it off again. We'll say the 3. Who would be your 3 up front if we're playing as a 3? I know we usually start as a 4-2-3-1, but we attack as a 4-3-3 effectively. So who do you think your 3 up front? I'm going to say my ideal one would be. I think I'll go for the one that he's going to start with. My ideal one would be Richarlison, Akaka in the centre with Gray on the right. So we can, like I say, with that double. When we attack, so he can push in, hold up, push as the number 9. But I reckon he will start, like I think probably agree with you, Carrillo, Gray, and Richarlison. Yeah, I think that's my 3 that's going to start.
I definitely go for that.
Yeah.
Or if you have faith in Pereira starting, then you would put in. Would you put him in for Carrillo? Pereira.
What would be your 3? Would you
if
go for
everyone is fit? I definitely the left side is locked down with Richarlison. There's no debate.
What we're going to start against West Ham?
Yeah.
With the current situation.
What do you think Silva's going to line up with? Yeah. Then definitely Richarlison left, Gray centre, Carrillo right.
Yeah.
But my ideal one would be Richarlison left, Okaka middle, and for the right, I wouldn't actually put Gray there. I'd probably put Pereira.
Good idea. I mean, a lot of people have gone with that. Suggsy's gone with Richarlison, Akaka, Pereira. Makato's put. Sorry, mate, for the pronunciation. If I've got your really poor pronunciation of surname, Richarlison, Akaka, Gray. A lot of people put Richarlison, Akaka, Gray here. Get rid of the zonal marking. So it says go with man-to-man marking, and defenders on the post when Gomez comes out for the punch. And Siren's just rejoined. He's left and come back. I'm back, boys.
No escape.
He sits when he wants and he joins when he wants.
That's it.
He joins this thing. You don't ask Siren to join. He joins himself. That's all he's like. So, I mean, Carrillo, I really do hope.
It frustrates the
he does, because we know how good he is.
Yeah.
And Pereira at the moment.
He is still an improvement over Amrabat with the best one in the world. He's still got more.
Yeah. My ideal one, which would be, this is really hard, but I still like the look when it goes well with Carrillo, with this.
As we saw against Borderline early on,
Carrillo, Richarlison, Gray.
Yeah.
When it went well.
Yeah, it went very well.
But the Cojones thing with Deeney playing there is an all-round. Deeney's a mixture of Akaka and Gray.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Yeah.
He can play as a number 9, but he can also hold it up.
Yeah.
When he's on his game.
Yeah. There you go.
So, I'm really sure.
Our pace should kill him. At the pace.
Gray with pace. Gray for pace. Akaka.
Strength.
For height and strength. And Deeney. The thing, I don't think Okaka is that good at actually holding up the ball. He's very good at driving it forward and winning the actual duels.
Yeah.
And working hard to win the ball. But as an actual target man to bring others into play, I don't think he's necessarily as good as Deano does.
Well, I'm going to stop you dead in your tracks, because I said I wasn't going to, but I want you to talk about Rocket Men.
I remember there was related to the West Ham game.
Yeah.
I remember Ian Bolton was saying, I battled zonal marking, saying, what is this bollocks? We had man marking because people took responsibility.
Yeah.
I remember him saying, do you remember him saying that?
No, I didn't go.
I thought he did.
No, I didn't go. I think you and Surin went to the Rocket Man thing. I would have loved to have gone.
Sorry, can you please put some good comments in as well for this? At least vouch and make sure I'm right when I'm saying this. I feel as Ian Bolton was saying that he thought that it was complete bollocks in zonal marking because nobody took responsibility for who they were getting.
Yeah.
Whereas man marking, you've got someone, you stick with him, you head out, you've got a personal responsibility.
Yeah.
That was his take on it.
Yeah. I mean, what was it? What was the whole experience like? The Rocket Men.
I really enjoyed it actually. Yeah. Even though, obviously, it was before my
generation. Didn't Luther have his shirt back on? He said it still fits.
Yes, he did. He did.
Oh God.
And it wasn't straining too badly.
No.
It wasn't like if he moves his like an arm, it's gonna, shit.
Yeah.
So he's doing all right for himself, sir.
Yeah. He worked out so he could fit in there.
Sure. I thought Steve, I think it's Steve Sherwood. He actually, at times, quite emotional almost.
Yeah.
He looked very sort of like, not nostalgic, but sort of emotional. Just generally, reminiscing that sort of idea. I thought it was
Yeah, I mean, we all know what we've got a decent team now. We were on one hell of a team under Taylor.
Yeah.
We didn't have a bad team when the second time we had a much.
Yeah.
That was the golden generation. That was the Golden Boys. Literally the original Golden Boys.
Current one isn't far off though.
Huh?
Current one we have isn't far off that though.
It's not bad for that way, the current one, but in terms of just all, I mean, we had probably one of the best wingers in the world at the time.
Yeah.
Barnsley. Arguably the best winger.
At the one before, which was John Barnes centric, I remember his way of taking on players. It was never to humiliate or be flashy, win over fans that way. He was always just make sure we get past the man. Don't do anything. That's part because of Graham Taylor. Graham Taylor didn't want to see any of that style either. He just wanted effective play.
Do what you can just to get round it.
Effective play.
Yeah.
He didn't want you to take on 5 players because it looked good. He wanted you to take on just how many players you needed to.
If you took on 5 players to get the ball to A to B, then he wouldn't have minded.
Yeah. Who was it? Was it Ian Bolton again? I think he quoted Graham Taylor saying he worked out. This is way before stats were really analysed at the time.
Yeah.
He worked out for every 8 shots we had in goal, we got a goal from.
Yeah.
So he told Watford, get 8 shots on goal at half, and we'll have at least 1 goal by the end of that half.
Yeah.
He actually had it wrote. Apparently, he had it note down on a notepad somewhere, and that's how he works out. And then we worked off that.
Tell everyone out there who was the golden men on Sunday.
Let's see. It was Sunday. Do you mean
Sunday was it?
It was, I think. Yeah.
It was Sunday, wasn't it?
It was Steve Sherwood, Ian Bolton, Ross Jenkins, and who's the last one?
Luca.
Bissett.
You and I do that.
So that's who you're for there.
What was your best memory of that night on Sunday? For people who didn't actually go, I know you and Sue actually went. What was your best memory of that one?
Best memory?
What was the best antidote they gave you? The story.
Story? What was the stories? Quite a few. I'm just trying to remember them all now. They're sort of half jumbled into each other.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. Come back to me, I'll think of it.
Yeah.
And say literally come back to me and try and remember.
Guys, just remember Sunday night, Alan Lathwell is on the sofa with me and the Moobs. The young man Dino will be in attendance hopefully happy, but he will be in attendance. He'll probably be winding us up on the message bar. So just message us in on Sunday. We'll be on normal time, 8 o'clock. Like I say, do tune in. We'll try and do a half-time show. If not, we'll see you on Sunday. And have you thought of anything yet?
There are two in the end that I can just about remember.
Yeah, go on.
The first one is generally like a closing, when each player at the end of it was asked for their sort of closing statements on their time of it.
Yeah.
And all of them had the common theme of Graham Taylor, the unity, the fact that everyone looked out for each other. Graham Taylor was looking out for everyone in that squad. And because he always took time.
He was a father figure, wasn't he?
Precisely. And the second one was actually... The second one's that you like this.
Yeah.
You may not be surprised to hear that Elton John had one of the best pre-season parties of all time of any chairman.
Go on.
So... Let's see, it wasn't Ross Jenkins, wasn't Ian Paul. Was it Sherwood? Might have been Sherwood. Yeah, I think it was. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So, that apparently that one of the players were tailing another player's car to get to the Elton John's place for this massive pre-season party.
Yeah.
But what had happened was, he got lost with his family was in the car and he'd lost sight of the other car. And what happened was, he just went onto a roundabout, parked on the grass and had a picnic there. So the players that were tailing him, the guy he was tailing went off, realised he wasn't there, went back, and they found him Just having a picnic on the roundabout.
Oh, brilliant. And the explosion wall they did as well.
Mm.
They did that as well.
Yeah.
There was a famous photo of Barnsley doing it, taking a shot, and I really would love that and frame it up here.
Yeah.
I'll get it offline or something. It's the famous photo, and I saw it. Where did I see it at the club? Years ago. There was a version of it in the stewarding hut. Coming in, and I know they had a couple of frames of it, and you walk around, you do the stadium pit, that was the famous, one of the most famous memories I ever know is a Watford moment. Obviously you got all the Elton John ones and Taylor ones doing that, but just Barnsley and all of them running off, and Barnsley about to take this free kick. It's Barnes in his prime pretty much at Watford, and it's just the most, I still think it's probably one of the most iconic pictures in Watford's history. Is that one of, not the, but one of, because there'd be a lot of thing with that. Can I just say, I think I'll just do a little thing, I won't go too much on this, but Watford Steve's just come on. I think it's absolutely disgusting someone's reported him. Apparently Watford now have told him it's copyright, with all his t-shirts, because they're thinking it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, okay, we know rules are rules and all this stuff, but Watford Steve, mate, can we just say in your defence, fantastic. Yeah. Keep sharing your designs, mate, on our forum. We don't care. They're absolutely fantastic. I know loads of people are looking at buying, especially the Christmas jumpers. I hate Christmas jumpers. Even I was looking at them. And absolutely fantastic, mate. So I'll just say that is in support to you, mate. Yeah. Whoever's done that is a complete idiot. And that's a polite version. Yeah. But, mate, fantastic designs, mate. Once again, I've repeated that like millions of times, but well done, mate. And keep sharing them on the forum, mate, seriously, because they're absolutely brilliant, especially near Christmas. Someone's going to buy them. I think he has to review it. I think copyright or it's that's rubbish. Really is. That's why you have to be careful on these forums here. Watford badges, they'll start moaning. But I think someone's just grasped him up and saying he's done it for his own gain. But hopefully the club, I know he's informed the club, but hopefully the club will be able to sort something out. So most of the stuff.
Whether they take a cut of it or something.
I think Jay Funnell's saying a lot of the stuff's crap. The stuff he don't like. Yeah. And a lot of people said that. A lot of these winter wear and stuff, they try their best, but a lot of it's not brilliant. And I think if they can get Watford Steve involved in the club with some of the designs, he's done the old Solvite t-shirts, and they look awesome. Yeah. They're brilliant.
I think that's it. The club maybe just need to adopt a different strategy, not cease and desist, but collaboratively.
Well, why don't they just bring him on board?
Yeah,
just say, look, we'll give you a slice of the pie.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. Just take a cut of the profit of it at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that would probably be a better compromise, because that way, yes, it is unofficial branding. It's unofficial branding because it's not coming direct from the club, but everyone's still a winner at the end of it. The club get a share of the profit.
Just say, look, okay, we get so much thing, but you will get some because if you get so much profit. Sign it. I mean. He's not ripping off the club. He's not buying. He's not selling it in bulk in thousands and stuff and shipping it to Hong Kong or anything like that.
Was it like tens, that sort of size, or even?
It's good anyway, mate. I mean, Steve, mate. I know you said thank you, but no, it's we mirror. We're only saying it's a mouthpiece. We're mirroring everyone that is saying that. It's absolutely brilliant, mate. So keep sharing, and everyone else as well. Keep sharing his designs. Right, we're going to go now. But all I say, I'm not going to do the moves thing. As Moves says it, but like I said, pretty much just look, share this group. We've got almost 630 coming up to a year now. I think coming up to a year. Absolutely fantastic. We will see you on Sunday. Share this group. Go on to the. I mean, if you want to go on to the other forums, we're not encouraging you to cause trouble, not cause trouble at all. But go on the other forums. Tell them about TMA. Tell them to come on here, share, get everyone involved. If your mates are Watford fans, like I say, if Mood says even the milkman, he's a Watford fan, get him on here, get him on Facebook. Most people on Facebook, get him sharing, get this forum up and running even more. We link it with the other forums, so we're not like I say, we're not in competition with the other forums. We embrace the other forums. If you haven't joined the other ones, go on there, go on our suggested sites, join them as well, and get those guys from the other forums to share our on as well. And we're all big Watford family, so that is pretty much it. And also remember, the Retro Rewind, I don't think it'll be on this Sunday because he's at the Vic, but just remember, every other Sunday, usually 5 o'clock and midweek if he's got enough listeners, Retro Rewind, football chat, Watford, mostly Watford chat, big Watford flag, so you obviously know we don't support Luton. Sorry, I had to say that word. Boo hiss. You know we don't support that team who are from Dunstable, shall I say? The Dunstable Dunstable team from
Dunstable Dunces.
Dunstable inbreds, but they're not from there. So you know he's a Watford fan. Retro Rewind, Mr. G, go on his Facebook. That's all I can say. Right, guys, you want anything? A last word on the matter?
Come on, you will.
Yeah,
etc.
etc.
Yeah. So right. So we'll see you Sunday, 8 o'clock. Alan Lathwell on the show with Mood Deano. It's good night from me.
Good night for him.
And good night from me.
Yeah. Remember, guys, we've got a free kick wall group. Guys, please donate. Help this man's cause. Let him learn free kicks, please. We need him to learn free kicks because without your help, he's nowhere.
And I'll save him.
Yeah. You've been beautiful. We've been TMA. Good night, people.